Hey everyone, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention Chris here with a video on why John Byrne should write She-Hulk again. So when I decided to get into reading She-Hulk, the oldest trade they had at my LCS was Sensational She-Hulk, John Byrne the Return, which was Byrne's last run on his sensational She-Hulk run, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I didn't really go into any I didn't have any expectations with this series, and so I just went into it, and I just found myself just laughing, just smirking, just pretty much just enjoying it. It's a great and enjoyable comic, which I said in a previous video that's usually what I look for when it comes to comics. It's just I want something I can enjoy, something I can definitely recommend to others, and overall just something good. It's essentially what I look for in a story, and with John Byrne's sensational She-Hulk, I definitely got that. Now, the point of this video I want to make is John Byrne should return for another She-Hulk run. So let's list why. A, She-Hulk has not had a good time recently. Like, I know Mariko Tamaki did a I think it was a good, I think, Supergirl miniseries. I don't know, I didn't read it, but I've heard people say it was actually good. But Mariko Tamaki's She-Hulk run, emphasis on she because it was originally called Hulk, then they decided to put back She-Hulk, and a lot of people didn't have any good things to say about that series. No one liked the direction it was that Tamaki was going with She-Hulk. Or at least from what I understood, it was a interesting direction, as it was coming off the fallout of Civil War II, where after being after being knocked unconscious, I think she was in a coma for a while, She-Hulk wakes up and she finds out that Bruce Banner has been killed by Hawkeye. So obviously, having been in a near-death experience, although she's pretty much been in several of them, but being in a near-death experience and losing her cousin, she suffers from, I think it was PTSD, and that was the whole point of Tamaki's run, because she no longer looked like this. She was no longer the green Shulkie. She was a grey Hulk. Essentially what she was. She was a grey Hulk because they wanted to make her the new Hulk, without outright saying, like, this is the new Hulk, because it's a bit obvious when you call the series Hulk and it has someone that isn't the Hulk on there. But from what I've heard and the bits I've seen, Tamaki didn't know how to go with that direction of someone who's suffering from PTSD, who has a uncontrollable rage monster inside them. Because from all I heard, almost every issue ended with the "I'm gonna be mad," and then it never happens, or when it does, it's very short. Or when she's trying to be a hero, she's fighting for, like what I said, from what I saw, was just Hulk clones. It's pretty much just giant, like, muscly monsters. I think one of them was actually a YouTuber, if I remember. It's like, really, is this you gonna have for a villain in for a comic? And it just felt really, really, from what I heard, it just sounded really boring, and just like, is this really the direction you want to go? And with Marvel's fresh start, it should be at least a return to, like, the basis of the character. So with She-Hulk, it should return back to this, like, fun, outgoing, like, likes to party She-Hulk. and part-time she's a lawyer, or full-time her other life she's a lawyer. But from the images that we've seen, it looks like they're just continuing the Tamaki SheHulk. She's just a giant, just roid rage monster. Kind of. That's what it looked like because she's going to be in the Avengers, and it just looked like Tamaki's Hulk with green skin. It doesn't really look like SheHulk. So the whole point was, she isn't just a Hulk clone. She is her own separate character, which made her more interesting. And how should I word this? No, I think I got that down pretty well. She was much interesting as her own character. And then after Civil War 2, they wanted to make her into another Hulk, which was the problem with Marvel, because they wanted to make various quantities of like other characters. So you had numerous Spider-Men, numerous Thors, Iron Man, Captain Americas, and now Hulks. You had the Jen Walters Hulk, and then you had the Amadeus Cho Hulk at the same time. It's like you only need one, because if there's more than one, and if it's just a kind of copy and paste, it's not interesting. And that's what it seemed like they wanted to go with the Mariko Tamaki's Hulk. And because to be honest, I read the first issue and decided I'm not going to pick this up. This is boring. This is really boring. And then I read this and just like, this is fun. This is a fun, enjoyable book. It's amazing. Like, how could they make She-Hulk boring? Like, even Dan Slott's run. I picked up Dan Slott's run. I don't like Dan Slott. I will never pick up anything he does with Spider-Man. I'm very hesitant in picking up his future Iron Man series, but I read his run on She-Hulk. That's the only thing I will ever defend him on, that he actually did a good She-Hulk run. And then you come around and you just make her entirely boring. She's not an interesting, like, unique character anymore. And John Byrne definitely understood this in his run. Like, he understood the motivation of the character. He understood what She-Hulk was, and made her unique in her own way. She wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna turn into a roid raid monster and beat everyone up because I have to be like Bruce Banner. No, that's not what it was. She was just having her own fun adventures and just having just pretty much a great time. And you need this kind of She-Hulk back for this fresh start. You need to bring back like the enjoyment, the fun and happy times of She-Hulk. And then if you want, it would kind of capitalize on the hype of Deadpool, because if you haven't read Sensational She-Hulk, she breaks the fourth wall a lot. It's a lot of her insulting John Byrne, which is funny because since John Byrne is writing it, he's insulting himself. So you can kind of capitalize on the Deadpool humor a bit with making it like another breaking the fourth wall John Byrne She-Hulk run, which I would, if that happened, I would definitely pick it up. Would it work? Would John Byrne ever come back for She-Hulk? Maybe, but from what I've heard, he's burned a lot of bridges. So the possibility of him coming back to Marvel to write for them, not just on She-Hulk, on anything, seems to be very slim from what I've been told. And also with the current kind of social, political climate or whatever, like, you would have groups of people just, if they did something like this, they would just say, oh no, you're just sexualizing her, it's for the male gaze, whatever. But even in this series, She-Hulk is making fun of the fact that she's always over-sexualized, or she's always wearing like very short or skimpy outfits, which is in turn is John Byrne insulting himself, calling himself out on writing and drawing She-Hulk like this, which you could put a spin on that and it would work well. So that's it for the video. Do you think John Byrne should come back for She-Hulk? I 100% agree. If, you know, stars are aligned, miracles can happen, John Byrne comes back to Marvel, and it's just like, yep, I'm writing She-Hulk again, and it's going to be like my sensational She-Hulk run, 100% I would pick it up. That's it for the video. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you all next time.